I guess it's that time again. That harmonica song you just heard there ought to be very important if you watched the previous installment, and that means quite a bit, that tune right there. Yeah, it's Trails in the Sky, the second chapter. We are going on forwards with the Trails in the Sky story, and indeed the larger, broader Trails story, I suppose. Am I really going to play all of them for the next 20 years? Frick if I know, but I would really like to play Trails' second chapter as well, since everyone says this is the incredible capstone to Trails' first chapter. So, thanks for joining me. Yeah, it wasn't super long ago that I played Trails the first chapter and had a great time with that. Everyone online, like this series has an incredibly devoted fan base who really gassed this series up. I don't know if that affected me or what, but I ended up being like, wow, this game really is like just kills, like Trails in the Sky first chapter was fantastic. And apparently I'm kind of an oddball, because apparently when I read a little bit more, like, I think the impressions are that that's not the really amazing one yet. Like, general consensus is that that's a bit of a slow and meandering installment, and then it's only like this one where it like gets even better, or like really good. I guess I'm a weirdo, because the slice of lifeiness of the first chapter was what won me over. It'll be funny to see if it turns out that I'm actually a little bit more down on second chapter, if like, now that the stakes are so high, I'm gonna be a little bit like, not as fun. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna hate this though. I'm pretty like hooked in here. Okay, so if you are a person watching this for the you're tuning in with this installment, so you didn't watch my playthrough of Trails in the Sky, the first part. It's actually just called Trails in the Sky, but or maybe you haven't watched anybody else play it either. You don't know what's going on here, so you're coming in blind. Well, first of all, most Trails fans will tell you that you are crazy and doing yourself a disservice. This is one of the rare RPG series where every installment really plays off each other. Like later when they stop being Trails in the Sky and they're like other trails, like they're still, the shared world and plot points, from these previous games. So Trails fans will tell you that you're just not so, and you should just play this from the beginning to appreciate it all. I can see their argument. I can also respect that maybe, you just wanted to tune in and watch this, in which case I think I need to fill in you a little bit. If that's your choice, that's fine, I think there's something interesting about jumping into series midway as well and trying to figure out what's going on. That's kind of what I'm doing with Grand Blue Fantasy, which is also on the channel, because I don't know anything about Grand Blue. So, so I don't blame you if you're popping in new person to the series. I'm not really a new person myself, since I don't know what happens in the 10 later installments. Oh my god. So I will give here a short recap of the main plot points of Trails in the Sky, first chapter. I don't think I'm gonna do a ton of explaining of what, when stuff comes up in this game, I don't think I'm gonna do a ton of explaining of how what the thing was in the first game that it's relating to. I'm probably gonna be more like, oh, it's this thing again. Oh, that's neat. Again, owing to the very sequel nature of this, very serialized nature of this game. But I'll give you one briefing here for the folks coming in for the first time, or maybe you need a refresher on what the heck happened in Trails in the Sky, the first part. Actually, I don't know if the game's gonna hit me with here's what happened last time, but it might not, so I'll do this just in case and we'll maybe get a better explanation in. Whatever. So, the setting is the kind of industrial age, kind of steampunky, hard to tell Kingdom of Liberal, which has been recovering from a dreadful war that happened, I don't know how many, a decade ago, I think, or something, with the neighboring Erebonian Empire, okay? I won't go into further geographical details, that's just the setting we're going with. Estelle Bright is the daughter of Cassius Bright, a famed bracer and basically hero of the war that I just mentioned. And a bracer in this setting is like a professional adventurer. They're like an adventurer's guild that really operates under the auspices of the of the royal government to basically like handle odd jobs and monster slaying and adventure stuff. So yeah, Estelle is the daughter of this like super famous like top tier bracer Cassius, and she has an adopted brother called Joshua Bright. And she really wants to be a bracer herself, and Joshua's kind of like, nah, sure, why not? I'll hang out with you too. Yeah, I don't know, like he seemed to be into it as well, but like Estelle was the one fired up to like basically also be a hero. So they go through the exams, they become junior bracers, and they go on a lovely little adventure across the provinces of Liberal to do bracer work and like increase their their renown so that they can graduate into proper bracers from junior status. And you go through a bevy of fun slice of lifey little thingies going on. You meet lots of wonderful characters who I hope the party members will be returning in this game, because they were some real top tier ones that were in that one. I really loved basically all of them. Which party member did I not like? I don't know, like Olivier, but even he was a purposely obnoxious character, so I kind of liked his charm. I don't know. Anyway, about halfway through this whole thing, an actual plot starts to form when there is a definite conspiracy going on in the country. So, as someone is plotting against the throne of Liberal, and you work out through the game that it's the special ops unit of the military basically wants to coup the country because they're afraid that they're afraid that the country is insufficiently defended. Like, defense has been neglected in Liberal, after the war. And they want to coup the country and find this hidden weapon. There's like ancient Magitech ruins underneath the royal castle with like supposedly like a super powerful weapon that they could then use as basically the ultimate deterrent to protect the country. That's what this thing. And Estelle and Joshua and all their buddies, including the freaking princess, she was my favorite character. They fight and they manage to stop this coup plot. Cassius shows back up too at the last minute to also help out, but they did the most work, our heroes. And that's like 98% of what happened in Trails, but the big plot twist at the end of the game, and this is now the big shit that if you want to still play Trails and you don't want to get spoiled on this, like, get freaking ready. This is where we end up with the hook for Trails, the second chapter. So it looks like everything's good. The conspirators have been stopped. But then, I believe his name is Dr. Alba, this like mild-mannered NPC who's been hanging out every once in a while behind the scenes. He shows up and he restores a bunch of suppressed memories from Joshua. And it turns out that Joshua has this whole time been a kind of sleeper agent, like assassin guy for another even more secret society that was manipulating the whole coup that the special ops forces were doing. I think it was called like Ouroboros or something, and was the name of the crew. And Joshua's original goal as a child assassin was to try and kill Cassius Bright. That's how he originally ended up in the family, because Cassius defeated Joshua and decided to like show pity and like adopt him. And at some point Joshua loses his memories or something, but yeah, they get restored when like Dr. Alba gives like this like code word or something. It turns out he's like the mega evil guy. Now at this point, Estelle has actually been developing feelings for Joshua, and yeah, I was being a little squeamish with that, because even if they're not blood relatives because he's adopted, like it just kind of feels odd, but alright, whatever. And unfortunately, as she tries to like, come clean with her feeling for Joshua, Joshua reveals this whole backstory that he now remembers. And he has been so shaken by the like revelation of what he was that he like can't be with Estelle and everybody else anymore. So he like uses like a knockout gas or something. I don't remember how he like puts Estelle to sleep and just kind of vanishes, which was the like tragic ending of first chapter. So that's where we pick up in second chapter. But basically, the plot was dealt with in first chapter, but it turns out there's a bigger conspiracy that we need to worry about, and also Estelle needs to find Joshua again, figure out where he went to. So I'm really excited to see where we pick up after all that. I will also note to anybody who did watch my original playthrough of this game. If any returning character happens to have a different voice, that is definitely because of their character development over the time skip between first and second chapter. It is definitely not because in the last year and a half since I played first chapter, I might have forgotten what the voice that I gave that character was. There's no possible way that's really why the voices might be different. So I'm sure you'll understand if that happens at any point, and you won't be frothing at the mouth at the indignity of the changed voice. Yes, please, I would love if you could show me some compassion on that front, yeah? Okay, good. Let's freaking get in there already. Normal, average difficulty, for those wanting a little challenge. Nightmare! No, let's just go normal. The basic game, like, yeah, it was the first game. I mean, like on normal, it was fine. A lot of regular fights were rather simple, but there were a lot to like grind through, and I think the bosses put up a decent challenge. So I'm good with normal. Oh gosh, see, now I'm feeling bad. Like that character there, I definitely remember her. I'm not sure about her name. Was it Annalise? I think that's going to be my guess what her name was, but yeah, she was cool. She wasn't super central to the plot though. Trails in the sky, save data found, load data. Data must be saved after the last boss. Hell yeah, that's cool. Gosh, it hasn't been all that long. It was July of 23 that I finished the playthrough. I did say that I wanted to get to this sooner rather than later, since I was pretty enraptured. Although, yeah, I don't know. I think it is a good idea to like play something in between. These games are great, but I do hear that they kind of bleed into each other very much. So like binging them might be a bad idea. That might be overindulging, you know. Yeah. What was I thinking? Probably. Whoa, hey. Whoa. Okay, wow, okay. Got scared for a second, like, what the heck? Didn't realize there was an autosave page here. Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, I don't think I will be, like, instantly playing the next Trails after I beat this one, but, like, you know... But maybe we'll figure out. We'll have to see what I feel like. Now, this game is apparently even more gigantic than the previous one, which took me apparently 77 hours. Jesus. So I don't know when I'm even gonna be done with this one. So strap in, everybody. Gransel Castle, looking so stately. Oh gosh, this is where the final scene happened in first chapter. Are we gonna have a really sad... Oh no! Is this right after Joshua ran away? Oh no. So Bright. Because their last name's Bright, get it? That's probably not why. That felt good. I haven't slept like that since... Huh? Oh, right. We stayed in the castle last night. By the way, apparently, yes, I'm very good that I gave that little briefer for anybody joining for the first time. There really was no recap of last time. Or maybe it's going to happen a little bit out of order here. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Joshua and I were out enjoying the celebrations. Then We had some ice cream on the way home. And we all went to the dinner party. And then... Yeah, that scene. No! This is Joshua's room. But I was staying in the same room as Shara. Was all that a dream? Oh no, she's really breaking down. What? Joshua! Damn, like, it's funny. I really remember this, like, whole castle almost. It's, like, all coming back to me. The layout, like, everything. It's funny. Huh. Good morning, sleepyhead. You took your sweet time waking up. Shara! Really? Warn me the next time you aren't going to come back for the evening. I was getting a bit worried. Although, it looks to me like you and Joshua managed to talk about quite a bit. Shara! Where's Joshua? What? Where's... I'm looking for Joshua! Shara, have you seen him? This is important! I haven't seen him yet this morning, no. But weren't you tired yesterday and stayed over in his room? He wasn't there when you woke up. What? What? Who did you hear that from? From Cassius, but why does that... From Dad? Okay, where's Dad then? Well, last I saw, he was heading up toward the garden terrace, but now... The garden terrace! Okay, thanks, bye! That was really funny, that final line there. Oh, wait, Estelle! Wait a... What on earth has gotten into her? Oh, goddess. The lovers reversed. Ooh, that's a bad fortune, I take it. Cool, we get the control. Excellent. Alright. Oh, I was going to say, apparently we are still in a bit of a story sequence here, but no, we can open a menu. Can't do really anything else here for the moment, but yes, we can in fact pull up our menu. Hurrah. Hey, yeah, oh, look at me. I'm at level 38. Just like I left off at the end of first chapter, I guess. Feels good. Okay, the playtime meter has started from the beginning. It didn't count up from the 77, so you'll just have to do your math if you want to see my ultimate, time here. Looks like our gear is gone. We just have practice weapon. We've got the Liberal Kingdom map. Here's your reminder. Yes, we started in Roland, went to Bose, Rouen, Zeiss, and finally Grandsul was our grand tour of the country. We went to basically everywhere. And... options, and okay, there you go. First save on the prologue. I do see that I do believe the UI is a little different. I don't remember them being this color. Looks like they're a little bit more Magitech, probably referencing the fact that we revealed those ruins underneath the castle in the previous installment, and they had the wacky Magitech thing going on. Boy, those ruins. I realize it's the final dungeon, but they really went on for a little too long, and this game's environments were a little too samey, weren't they? I just completely gave up on coming up with unique episode titles for that, like, series, because I was just grinding through them, yeah. Yeah. It's all water under the bridge now. Shara said Dad went to the garden terrace. I have to find him. Right, no, yeah, that's the Queen's, like, day chamber or whatever. There a button for running? Oh, it's L3. I thought that there was a button for running, and I feel like right now is a moment when Estelle would in fact be running around. Ah! Oh shoot, was this where... This is the exact spot where we talked to Joshua, I think. Yeah? Estelle. Dad. We have a problem. I know. Joshua is gone. What? What? How do you know about that? After getting back from the meeting last night, I found you asleep in one of our beds. You left a note on the nightstand as well. Between the two, I have a fairly good idea of what must have happened. Then, what the heck are you just standing around here for? We need to find Joshua fast before... Stop, Estelle. Huh? If he has truly gone to ground, even I have little hope of actually finding him. His skills are almost superhuman. When we fought 5 years ago, I was nearly killed by an 11-year-old. I'd like to point out that Joshua wasn't exactly the unbeatable killer when he was a party member. I suppose you could chalk it up to his suppressed memories, like holding back his combat potential or something. I don't know. All I'm saying is I'm now picturing we're gonna have a really sad Estelle versus Joshua duel or something, and he's gonna be really, really freaking tough to fight. I don't know. Okay. I only asked this once before, a long time ago, but... Who is Joshua exactly? Why did you bring him into our home? Right, she asked that when they were kids and he arrived the first time. But now we know so much more about the situation, so... The Society of Ouroboros. Let's try that again. The Society of Ouroboros. I think that's the correct pronunciation. I have no idea how it's pronounced. All I know is Resident Evil 5, where Wesker keeps going, Ouroboros. Your answer begins there, with an organization few even know exists. They are an organization that seeks to manipulate the world from the shadows, led by a leader called the Grandmaster. Joshua was in their employ as an assassin when I first met him. I brought him home because it was his only chance to live free of them. Damn, okay. Interesting that Cassius knew about this whole time as well. Okay. Ouroboros. Even the Bracer Guild knows very little about them, and only top bracers even learn of their existence. Given that the response of the public to the idea of Ouroboros' existence would be either panic or skepticism, we don't acknowledge them publicly. Ooh, very creepy, very, I don't know. Court of Owls from Batman comes first to mind, I don't know, I guess. But they exist. There is no question of that. And they've had plans in motion for years. The Reason Coup is just one example of their machinations. Wait, you mean... Lieutenant Lawrence? He was... Yes, we have absolutely no doubt he was another senior agent from the Society. Okay, here I already feel like popping in just for the benefit of new guys watching. I don't know. Maybe I will be doing this all the time. I don't know. Lieutenant Lawrence was a lieutenant, a second in command, a grunt, an elite grunt in the coup's operations. He was not the grand leader of the whole thing. He was he was working for Colonel Richard, I think was the bad guy's name, the main leader of the coup. But at one point, like, he challenged us to a fight, and he turned out to be, like, super badass. And he also turned out to have, like, he definitely implied that he had ulterior motives from the Spec Ops team, because he did not try to stop us in the end. He just kind of broke off and left. So, yeah, okay. So this second secret society would explain what his deal was then. I guess he was some kind of handler inside the coup or something. Of course, we doubt he was acting as a lone wolf. He must have had support to accomplish what he did. Support like Joshua, for example. Oh gosh, I didn't even think about that, because these guys don't know really about the fact that Joshua's memories were suppressed. Maybe Estelle kind of could figure it out, because Joshua just kind of laid it on there at the sad moment. I don't know, but yeah, I guess you could totally think that Joshua was a deep agent this whole time or something, yeah? Wait, what? What the heck do you mean? He stated as much in his note. Over the past 5 years, Joshua has been passing along guild secrets to Robert. Fuck up this word. It's a cool word, but I really. This has to be the one I try to pronounce all the time. Let's try that line again. Over the past 5 years, Joshua has been passing along guild secrets to Ouroboros. There's a weird, enunciation, emphasis on the weird syllable there. That's what keeps throwing me off. He claims that he was under the influence of some sort of mental control and didn't even realize what he was doing himself. All right, the note that he left. Okay, so thank goodness he at least explained this part. Very good. No! 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 He wouldn't! Ouroboros' cunning is matched only by their malevolence. Stay away from them, Estelle. They're far too dangerous. Okay. I don't quite get all of this, but I just want to make sure. Make sure I'm hearing this right. You're saying we should abandon Joshua. Well... Dad! Answer the question! I always knew this day would come. Even 5 years ago, when I took him in. I knew we would someday reach this moment. He swore something to me. That first day he actually accepted he could be part of our home. What did he... The moment he became a burden or a threat to us, the moment the society contacted him or pursued him in any fashion, he would disappear from our lives. Like a shadow dispelled by the sun, he told me once. What? What's that supposed to... I have to wonder, at what point did Joshua lose his memories, though? Because it seems like he was lucid, because he's been warning Cassius, when he was a kid and got taken in the first time when he was 11. He seemed to be lucid and remembered his whole part, but at some point he, buried those memories somehow. I can't remember if that was explained during the giant plot reveals at the end of first chapter. I don't know, but yeah, very curious. Estelle, I understand how you feel. He was part of our family. It isn't easy to just say goodbye so suddenly. But there are some lines which a man can never bring himself to cross, ever. So please, try to understand what You knew. Huh? You knew that Joshua might leave us someday, and never said anything to me or did anything about it. You knew, and you didn't. I'm sorry, Estelle. I hate you! Cassius. Shira, I'm sorry you had to see that. No, it's... Why do I get the feeling you're biting back a lecture? I stumbled into your life from a disaster of my own. You saved me just as you did Joshua. I understand what both you and Joshua must be thinking. Indeed. If I may make a single comment, though, from a woman's perspective. Of course. At this point, you and Joshua are, essentially, the two most wretchedly miserable sons of dogs I have ever had the displeasure of knowing. Damn. She's not holding back. I appreciate that. Oh my god, it even turns to rain. Did it ever rain in the previous game? Or is this like, hey, look at the extra budget we suddenly found? I don't know, because I don't remember that weird distortion effect ever appearing, so I can't claim for sure, but of course it's gotta rain in this scene. No! Just... no way! Joshua wouldn't run away! Whoa, you okay, miss? What are you doing out without an umbrella? You'll get soaked if you remain out in this mess. You should head on home. Home? Home. Yeah, you're right. I should head home. Joshua must have headed home. Oh god, that starts to sound like crazy talk. He probably went right back home. Huh? Thanks, Mr. Guard. I'll head home right away. What was that all about? Swear I've seen her somewhere before. Wait, have they already forgotten? Oh, I was gonna say, like, have they already forgotten when we won the martial arts championships? But apparently, yes, there's also this. Wait, isn't that the girl who helped stop the coup? Oh! Title drop! And it's super tragic looking, too. Oh, man. Well, that's great. Oh. Excuse me, I guess I had to click on that. Uh-oh, who is this? Is this Joshua? I'm gonna guess this is Joshua. I'm gonna just make a educated guess. My Estelle, you shine like the sun. My time with you was the happiest and the most painful I've ever known. Just as the brightest light casts the darkest shadow. If you stayed with me, you'd find out just how disgusting my true nature is. Sometimes I think it would have been better if we'd never met. Damn. I love this because now I'm not even a hundo sure. Is Joshua... like, when is he gonna come back, and, like, will we have a chance to, like, make amends? You know, is he gonna be a party member again? I honestly can't tell, and that's really fascinating. I hurt Joshua? He wishes he'd never met me. He said that. Well, no, but it was... No, man, okay, I understand. Estelle is distraught, so she's not thinking clearly. Oh, some man is like, no. I don't know who this is. What the? Huh? Insensitive jerk. Come on now. Look at this clear blue sky. So everybody was like, no. Come on now. Look at this clear blue sky. Feel the gentle kiss of the wind on your cheek. See, because this guy, okay, you can tell because he hasn't had a name dropped. He's just insensitive jerk. This actually is a guy we haven't met before in the story. So I'm not actually sure who this guy is. Kind of looks like Crimson Ruse with a hair dye to green. Actually, now that I'm looking at him. Which is odd because this is like a decade earlier, almost. But, alright, sure. A lovely girl like you ain't allowed to be sad on a gorgeous day like this. And it's sad in Idios too, you know. Hey, wait a sec. I'm not dangerous. Oh, well, okay, maybe I came across as... Anyway, you just caught my eye the moment you came aboard, you see. You seemed a little broken up over something, so I thought to myself, hey, I'll put a smile on her face with my overpowering charm. I don't quite get what you mean, but thanks, I guess. To be honest, this is what we usually call, putting the moves on. So, how about it? Want to head down to the lower observation deck? You can get drinks down there, too. I'd be happy to treat a new friend. What do you say? Well, I appreciate the offer, but, I'm not really in the mood. I'm sorry. Can you just...
I think I see how it is.
I love it the question mark appears, because maybe he's not quite as big of a douchebag as he comes off. Man, okay. I'm making some wild projections on what this guy's role is going to be in the plot. Estelle having just lost one significant male character in her life. I'm not sure if I'm a fan, if that's where this is going to go with this character, but, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not going to judge this guy yet.
All right, then. Time to knock it off with the come-ons and put on the work face, huh? After all, it's my job to guide lost lambs like you.
Your job?
Heh, darn right. Look at this.
The previously insensitive jerk held forth a medallion with a chalice engraved in the center.
Huh?
Isn't that the seal of the Septian Church? Really? Oh, so this guy is like one of those, Sunday school or youth group guys who's trying to be all hip. The kind of guy who will flip a chair around and sit on it, leaning on the on the chair's back to talk to the kids. Like, okay, come on, guys, let's get hip with the religion, all right? Is that what this dude is? Okay, cool. All right, you know what? Fine, that makes him kind of charming.
Bingo! That is the Grail emblem. Let me introduce myself properly. I'm Kevin Graham. Looks and moves aside, I really am a priest of the Septian Church.
Huh. Wow. Wait. For real? Or is this another joke?
Oh, why'd you have to doubt me still? I'm a serious, devoted priest, I
don't know what the Septian Church is like. Maybe you're allowed to dye your hair green. I'm actually sure you can dye your hair green in probably a lot of real-life churches, too, actually. I don't know.
I never miss the trinary prayers, and I always have my testaments right. I think I left them on my seat. Sorry.
Yeah, that really helped your case there. You really are kind of a weirdo, Father.
Ha ha! Laughter! Victory is mine. That's more like it. Cute girls like you deserve a smile. Anyway, if you want, I'll give you an ear in my official priestly capacity. No pickup lines, I promise. Adios, smite me dead otherwise.
Well, okay. But where do I even?
Wait, hold on now. I don't know what I did, but I'm sorry anyway.
It's mine.
Great goddess. Steady there, child. You've been keeping this bottled up for ages, haven't you?
Oh, I kind of like the main theme kicking in, though, here. It's a little bit of bittersweetness to, this doesn't need to be the end or whatever. I don't know.
My shoulder is yours. Come on. Cry it all out. I'm here.
Hey, they got into the lower deck. Kevin, right? I'm sorry. That was pathetic of me.
Hey, no big, seriously. My shoulder's always got room for a girl to cry on. So how about it? Feel a bit better now?
Yeah, a little. I'm Estelle. Estelle Bright. I'm a member of the Bracer Guild.
Estelle, huh? Dang, even your name is cute. Hang on. You said the Bracer Guild?
Yeah,
I'm a newly minted senior bracer.
Oh yeah, we did actually, after all our hard work and freaking stopping a national emergency, we did in fact get promoted to senior bracer. I did forget that, thank goodness. Might be hard to believe after seeing me break down like that, though.
No, not at all. Now that you mention it, you do kind of look loaded for bear. You a martial artist of some kind?
I guess you could call me that. I focus on staff combat. Though, you said you're a priest, Kevin? I do appreciate the shoulder, but I gotta admit, you don't look much like any priest I know, or would trust usually.
Kazing! Through the chest, madame. Well, I'll admit that us wandering priests are sheep of a different color.
Wandering what now?
Well, okay. You know how there's villages and farms and whatnot without churches, right? My order heads to such places at set times each year and offers church services and teaches Sunday school.
I knew it! And he does the thing where he flips the chair around. I got this guy's number written right up.
Think of it as home delivery churching, or something like that.
Huh. I never knew there were priests like that, but it does make a lot of sense.
Then unlike church-bound priests, there's a lot of us who are more carefree about dress code. The church just kinda lets us do our thing, so...
Well, fair enough, I guess. So, Kevin, I guess you're off to some village somewhere?
Nah, not immediately. I actually only just arrived in Libero, like today. The High Seat dispatched me here since, apparently...
Oh, sorry, wrong intonation.
The High Seat dispatched me here since, apparently, there's not enough wandering priests around right now.
You know, I never thought about that, but right, this religion sounds like it's not just Liberian, so right, okay, so the seat of this religion is not in Libero. I don't know why, but I didn't really think about that. Or if I thought about that during first chapter, I forgot that nice and quick for second chapter. Oh, really? Okay, then. The High Seat. They mentioned that in Sunday school, but I don't remember where... Ooh, good, I was just wondering that.
It's in the holy city of Arteria, in the middle of the continent.
Interesting, a place named after an artery is in the middle of the continent? That kinda makes sense, I guess.
Anyway, I figured I'd do a bit of sightseeing before I went and reported my assignment to the Bishop of Gransel Cathedral. And, well, here I am.
That seems just a bit irresponsible to me. You really are kind of a half-baked priest, aren't you?
Hey, it's cool. I'm checking out the places I'll be wandering to in advance. Besides, I got to meet a troubled and lovely young woman. This is surely a blessing from Idios. Praise be to her name.
Yeah, smooth recovery there. But really, thank you, either way. Letting it all out helped to clear my head a bit, I think. Seriously, I'm being a ninny. I should trust Joshua. He won't do anything stupid.
Huh? Who?
Oh, Joshua is my brother. Sort of, in a sense. He disappeared suddenly, which has been a bit of a shock.
Disappeared, huh? You mean he ran away from home?
No. He just went back home ahead of the rest of us. I mean, he's family. He wouldn't just run off on his own.
I see.
Really, though, what was I thinking? Worst mistake ever telling him how I felt. Especially at that moment. Next time I see him, I'll have to make up some kind of excuse about that.
Hey, Estelle.
Huh?
Well, like I was saying, I'm basically just a tourist without a plan or a clue right now. So, how's about I land with you in Roland and make sure you get home safely? I thought he was gonna be like, hey, you know, you're not supposed to have that kind of feelings towards your brother, because I don't think she at any point insinuated that he wasn't a blood relative, you know.
I wish more people would point something about that out, but whatever. What?